Welcome back to Z Coins Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we're diving into the world of valuable coins, and we've got a real gem for you, the 1966 Washington quarter dollar. This isn't just your everyday pocket change. Some of these coins are worth far more than 25 cents, in fact, some can be worth thousands of dollars depending on condition, rarity, and minting errors. So if you have any 1966 quarters lying around, you're going to want to stick around until the very end of this video. Let's jump right in. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the quarter featured a classic portrait of Washington on the obverse, and an eagle on the reverse. Fast forward to 1966, this was a time of major transition in American coinage. Just a year earlier, in 1965, the United States Mint made a historic decision. They removed all silver content from circulating dimes and quarters due to a rising shortage and increased value of silver. So beginning in 1965, quarters were made from a clad composition, a copper core sandwiched between layers of copper nickel. This means that the 1966 Washington quarter is a clad coin, not silver. But don't let that fool you. There are still 1966 quarters out there that are extremely valuable due to condition, mint errors, and collector demand. Now here's something very interesting about the 1966 quarter. During that year, the US Mint did not use mint marks on quarters. That means whether your coin was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it will not have a mint mark. This was done to discourage hoarding, since many people were pulling coins from circulation thinking they would become rare in the future. Despite the lack of a mint mark, the 1966 quarter had a high mintage. Over 821 million coins were produced. But as we always say, rarity isn't just about mintage numbers, it's about surviving examples in pristine condition and those with unique characteristics. Now let's get into the exciting part, the rare varieties and errors that make some 1966 quarters worth serious money. One of the most valuable types is the double die obverse. This error occurs during the minting process when the die strikes the coin twice in slightly different positions. You can spot this error by looking closely at the lettering on the front. Areas like the word Liberty or In God We Trust may appear doubled. These quarters can fetch anywhere from $150 to over $1,000 depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's condition. Another rare and highly sought-after version is the full drum lines reverse. Collectors refer to coins with fully struck details on the reverse, especially the eagle's drum feathers, as having full drum lines. These are rare in high grades and can bring in impressive prices at auctions. Then there's the struck on silver planchet error. Although the mint officially stopped producing 90% silver quarters after 1964, there have been a few discovered 1966 quarters mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets. These incredibly rare errors can be worth thousands of dollars. One example sold at auction for over $8,000. And let's not forget off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and broad strikes. All are valuable mint errors that can significantly increase the worth of your 1966 quarter. Let's talk about current market values. If you have a regular 1966 quarter that's been circulated, it's generally worth its face value, 25 cents. But if it's in uncirculated condition, especially graded MS 65 or higher by a service like PCGS or NGC, the value can increase substantially. An MS 65 graded 1966 quarter typically sells for around $25 to $50. At MS 66, prices can reach up to $100 or more, and at MS 67, which is considered superb condition, these coins can fetch upwards of $500 to $1,000. The record sale for a 1966 Washington quarter came in at over $3,800 for a coin graded MS 67 plus by PCGS with stunning eye appeal and perfect surfaces. Error coins, as we mentioned earlier, are where the real treasure lies. Double dies can command between $150 and $1,500. Off-metal strikes, like those struck on a silver planchet, can bring anywhere from $3,000 to over $8,000 depending on condition. So how can you tell if your 1966 quarter is worth a fortune? Start by checking the coin's condition. The fewer scratches, the more luster, and the sharper the details, the better. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the lettering and design for doubling or other unusual features. If you think you've got something special, consider getting it graded by a professional service. This not only verifies the coin's authenticity but also helps you get top dollar if you decide to sell. You should also weigh your coin. A standard clad 1966 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If yours weighs more, especially closer to 6.25 grams, it might be a silver planchet error. That's definitely a coin worth checking out. So there you have it. The 1966 Washington quarter might look like ordinary change, but some of these coins are true treasures. Whether it's a pristine mint state example, a double die error, or a rare off-metal strike, these coins can be worth far more than you'd expect. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Have you found a rare 1966 quarter in your collection? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and happy treasure hunting, where we explore the hidden value in coins you might already own. If you're into coin collecting, investing, or just curious about the history and value behind your change, hit that subscribe button and let's unlock the secrets of the 1999 quarter dollar. The year 1999 was monumental for coin collectors and the U.S. Mint alike. It marked the launch of the 50-state quarters program, an ambitious series that would eventually honor all 50 U.S. states with unique reverse designs on the back of the quarter. The program was a hit, drawing millions of new collectors into the hobby. The first 5 states featured in 1999 were Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Each quarter had its own special design, minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. Later on, the San Francisco Mint also released proof versions for collectors in both clad and silver. These coins were minted in the billions, but not all quarters are created equal. Some rare varieties and minting errors from 1999 are now selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auctions and online marketplaces. Let's start with the star of the show, the 1999 Georgia quarter with a dramatic minting error. This coin was mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for a Susan B. Anthony dollar. That's right, a quarter on a dollar planchet. Only a handful of these error coins exist, and when one came up for auction, it sold for over $10,000. That's a life-changing amount of money for a single quarter, but that's not all. Another incredibly valuable coin from 1999 is the Delaware quarter struck on the wrong metal. A few examples were struck on experimental planchets during a transitional phase at the mint. These mysterious coins have sold for $5,000 to $8,000, depending on condition and provenance. Then there are the silver-proof quarters from the San Francisco Mint. While these coins were never intended for circulation, collectors prize them for their beauty and purity. A perfect proof 70 deep cameo version of the 1999 Connecticut silver quarter can fetch up to $200, especially when slabbed by PCGS or NGC. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1999 quarter series is the number of error coins. Here are some major ones to keep an eye out for: off-center strikes. Some quarters were not properly aligned during striking, leaving part of the design off the coin. A 10 to 20% off-center strike can sell for $100 to $300, depending on condition. Double dies. These errors happen when the coin design is struck more than once, creating a ghostly doubling of the image. The 1999 Pennsylvania and Georgia quarters are known to have rare double die varieties. High-grade examples can bring in $500 to $1,000 or more. Clipped planchets. If the coin is struck on a metal blank that's been clipped, it results in a crescent-shaped missing section. These are very collectible and can fetch up to $250. Wrong planchet errors. As mentioned earlier, coins struck on dime or foreign coin planchets are extremely rare and extremely valuable, often exceeding $2,000 to $10,000 depending on the error. Let's talk about real-world numbers. What are collectors actually paying for these coins today? A standard 1999 Delaware, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania quarter in circulated condition is typically worth 25 cents, but in uncirculated mint state condition, values can reach $5 to $20. Mint sets and proof sets from 1999 remain popular. A complete 1999 silver proof set is currently worth $70 to $100, depending on the grade. That certified MS-67 or MS-68 quarters can be surprisingly valuable. A 1999 P Connecticut quarter in MS-68 condition recently sold for $1,500 at auction. That's a huge premium for high-grade coins. That any 1999 quarter with a known error or unique strike will command a much higher premium. The most sought-after coins, like the wrong planchet or off-metal errors, have reached five-figure prices. If you're hoping to find a valuable 1999 quarter, here are a few tips. Search through rolls of quarters from the bank. It's still possible to find uncirculated or error coins in circulation. That use a magnifying glass to look for small details like doubling, die cracks, or planchet errors. Weigh your coins. Standard quarters should weigh 5.67 grams. If the weight is significantly different, you might have an off-metal error. Look for sharp detail and lack of wear. Condition is king in coin collecting. Even a small scratch can cut the value in half. The 1999 quarter dollars are more than just coins. They represent the beginning of one of the most popular coin programs in U.S. history. And for collectors, they're a goldmine of opportunity, from artistic state designs to rare minting errors worth thousands of dollars. So the next time you receive change at the store, take a second look. That quarter might just be worth more than you think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments if you found any rare 1999 quarters or if you have a coin you'd like us to feature. Today, we're diving deep into the year 2000, a fascinating chapter in the world of United States quarter dollars. You may have a coin in your pocket, purse, or old change jar right now that's worth a small fortune. That's right. Some 2000 quarter dollar coins are worth thousands of dollars on today's market. So grab your coin stash and stick around, because we're about to uncover the secrets, the history, and the shocking current values of these incredible coins. Now, let's rewind the clock to the year 2000. This was the second year of the legendary 50-state quarters program, a bold initiative by the U.S. Mint that celebrated each state in the Union with unique reverse designs. In the year 2000 alone, 5 different state quarters were released: Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Virginia. Each quarter had its own artistic style, minting story, and in some rare cases, error that sent collectors scrambling. Let's start with the Massachusetts state quarter, which was released first in January 2000. The design features the famous Minuteman statue with the outline of the state behind it. More than 1.1 billion of these were minted across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Now, most of these are only worth face value. But here's where it gets interesting. If you happen to have one of these coins in pristine condition, graded MS-68 or higher by PCGS or NGC, you're looking at a value of around $500 to $1,000. And if you're lucky enough to find one with a double die obverse error, it could be worth even more, with recent auction prices exceeding $2,000. Next, we move on to the Maryland State Quarter, released in March of 2000. This design showcases the Maryland State House dome surrounded by white oak branches. While over 1.2 billion were produced, a very small number of these coins contain die chips or misstrikes, like an extra leaf or die clash, that have sold for as much as $750 in the collector's market. A perfect condition MS-69 Maryland quarter? That's been known to fetch over $1,500. Coming in hot is the South Carolina State Quarter, released in May 2000. This one features the Carolina wren, a palmetto tree, and the state outline. But what's truly rare are the off-center strike errors and the sought-after missing clad layer error. One of these error coins was recently auctioned for nearly $3,000. Even a high-grade MS-68 version without errors is worth around $300 to $600. Then we have the New Hampshire Quarter, released in August 2000. The reverse design features the famous rock formation known as the Old Man of the Mountain. It also includes the state motto, "Live free or die." While this coin is popular among collectors, some of the most valuable examples include coins struck on the wrong planchet or those with a rotated die. One incredible error example sold at auction for over $5,000. Even without errors, coins in mint state condition are often valued between $200 and $800, and finally, we come to the Virginia State Quarter, released in October 2000. The design celebrates the founding of Jamestown in 1607, featuring 3 ships, the Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery. A typical coin in circulated condition isn't worth much, but again, it's all about condition and errors. A Virginia quarter with a reverse cut error or struck on a foreign planchet can sell for upwards of $1,200 to $4,000. And a top-graded MS-69 Virginia quarter has sold for an eye-popping $2,500, but we're not done yet. Let's talk about the rare experimental composition coins from the year 2000. During this period, the U.S. Mint tested different materials for durability and cost efficiency, including pure nickel and manganese brass. A few of these test coins accidentally made it into circulation. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be looking at a value between $5,000 and $10,000 or more depending on the condition and material. Now here's a super rare gem, the 2000 P South Carolina Mule Error. This coin has the obverse of a Washington quarter and the reverse of a Sacagawea dollar. Only a few have ever been found, and when they appear at auction, they can command astronomical prices. One example reportedly sold for over $40,000. So if you ever notice something weird about your quarter, like the wrong back design, don't spend it. Get it checked immediately. Another tip for you collectors out there, always look closely at the edge of your 2000 quarters. Some coins are missing the outer nickel layer, exposing the copper core underneath. These are called missing clad layer errors, and depending on the severity and which side it's on, they can sell for between $500 and $2,000. So how do you know if your coin is valuable? First, check for mint marks. Coins from Philadelphia will have a P mint mark, and those from Denver have a D. Next, check the condition. Uncirculated coins are worth far more. And finally, examine your coins under a magnifier for doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or anything unusual. If in doubt, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC.to. Wrap it up. 2000 was an unforgettable year for U.S. quarters. From commemorative designs to wild mint errors and experimental strikes, these coins are far more than pocket change. They're history in your hands, and some are worth thousands of dollars. So check your change, dig through those old coin jars, and don't forget to tell your friends and family to do the same. You never know, the next $1 million find could be sitting right under your nose. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin videos, and click the bell so you never miss a new drop. Let us know in the comments if you found any rare 2000 quarters or want us to cover a specific coin next. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, treasure seekers. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2002 quarter dollar, a modern coin that might just be hiding big value in your pocket change. You might think a coin from 2002 isn't old enough to be worth anything significant, but let me tell you, there are some ultra-rare versions of this coin that have sold for thousands, and one particular example is valued at nearly $70,000. Yes, you heard that right, so stick around, because we're covering everything: the history, the design, the mintage, rare errors to look out for, and the current market value of the 2002 quarter dollar. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is one coin you don't want to overlook. Let's begin with a quick history. In 2002, the United States Mint continued its celebrated 50 state quarters program, which began in 1999. That year, the Mint released 5 unique quarters, each honoring a different state. The states featured in 2002 were Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. Each of these quarters had its own distinct reverse design, making them highly collectible, especially in pristine condition or with mint errors. The obverse of each quarter, as usual, features the familiar profile of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. But on the reverse, the magic happens. These designs were selected to represent key symbols of each state's history and culture. Let's quickly go through them. The Tennessee quarter showcases a trio of musical instruments, a guitar, fiddle, and trumpet, celebrating the state's rich musical heritage. The Ohio quarter features an astronaut and an early airplane, honoring Ohio's role in aviation and space exploration, home of the Wright brothers and Neil Armstrong. The Louisiana quarter highlights a pelican, the state bird, along with a trumpet and musical notes for New Orleans jazz, and an outline of the Louisiana Purchase. The Indiana quarter depicts a race car zooming in front of the state outline, symbolizing the legendary Indianapolis 500. And finally, the Mississippi quarter proudly displays beautiful magnolia blossoms, the state flower. Now, let's talk numbers. The mintage.in total. The U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of these quarters, across 3 facilities, Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Coins from Philadelphia and Denver entered regular circulation, while the San Francisco coins were issued as proofs and never meant to be spent. Here are some general mintage figures. Tennessee, around 650 million combined from P and D. Ohio, over 630 million. Louisiana, about 764 million. Indiana, 689 million. Mississippi, roughly 695 million. With mintage this high, you'd think these coins are common and not worth much, right? Well, here's where things get interesting. Among these millions, there are a few rare error coins and high-grade specimens that are extremely valuable. Let's break those down. First, the proof coins. These coins, struck at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark, come in 2 types, clad and silver proof. A silver proof quarter from 2002 in a perfect grade of PR70 deep cameo can sell for over $150. But the real money is in the error coins. Some 2002 quarters were struck with off-center errors, double dies, or missing clad layers, and those mistakes can make a regular 25-cent coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One example, a 2002 D Indiana quarter with a dramatic off-center strike error recently sold at auction for over $1,000. Another rare specimen, a 2002 P Mississippi quarter with a double die reverse, has been sold for over $600 depending on condition. But the crown jewel? A 2002 S silver proof quarter, perfectly preserved, deep cameo, graded PR70, that coin sold for an astonishing $69,999 at auction. It's one of the finest known examples, and collectors were willing to pay a premium for perfection. Let's talk about current market value. For circulated 2002 quarters in average condition, most are worth just face value, 25 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, particularly if graded MS66 or higher, values start to climb. Here's a quick breakdown. 2002 P or 2002 D quarters in MS65, worth around $3 to $5 in MS67. Values can rise to $25 to $50 MS68 or better, rare, and can fetch $100 or more. Proof silver coins in PR69-70, between $50 and $200, depending on demand. Now, for error coins, like off-center strikes, double dies, or missing clad layers, values can range from $100 to over $1,000, depending on how dramatic the error is and the coin's overall grade. So what should you be looking for? If you want to find a valuable 2002 quarter, check for the following: high-grade uncirculated coins, with no wear, strong luster, and sharp details. Proof coins, especially silver proofs from San Francisco error coins, off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or coins with missing clad layers. Any 2002 quarter graded MS69 or PR70, especially with deep cameo contrast. If you think you found one of these treasures, it's worth getting the coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. That's the key to unlocking top market value. So, what's the verdict? The 2002 quarter dollar is more than just pocket change. While most are worth only 25 cents, certain rare versions, especially error coins and perfect grade proofs, can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $70,000. Check your change, check your coin rolls, and check those old proof sets. Because one small coin from 2002 might just be your ticket to a big payday. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a valuable coin update. Got a 2002 quarter story? Drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your finds. Until next time, happy hunting and keep collecting. Today's video is going to blow your mind, especially if you've ever held a 2015 quarter in your hand and thought it was just pocket change. Because the truth is, some 2015 quarter dollar coins are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and you could be holding one right now without even knowing it. Let's dive deep into the fascinating world of 2015 Washington quarter dollars, their history, hidden rarities, and their skyrocketing value in today's collector market. The year 2015 was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a special series launched by the U.S. Mint in 2010 to honor national parks and historic sites in each state and territory. In 2015, the U.S. Mint released 5 unique quarter designs. These include the Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska, Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana, Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Delaware, and Saratoga National Historical Park in New York. And while millions of these quarters were struck, what most people don't realize is that several of them, especially those minted in Philadelphia and marked with a P, contain rare errors, low population varieties, and special strikes that are now commanding top dollar in the numismatic world. Let's start with the 2015 Homestead quarter. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin. But collectors have identified more than 120 different die varieties on this one coin alone. These include doubling in the windows of the house, snow on the roof effects, and even extra water pump handles. One of the most famous varieties, known as the snow on the roof error, shows extra metal above the house roof, which is actually the result of a die chip. High-grade examples of this coin with strong die chips or doubling can fetch anywhere from $50 to over $500 depending on condition and market demand. And in mint state condition, especially MS67 or higher, prices can jump significantly. Next up, we have the 2015 Kisatchie quarter from Louisiana. This quarter features a bold image of a wild turkey in flight, and some of the error coins discovered here include die cracks across the turkey's wings, cuds along the rim, and doubling in the lettering. One particular variety with dramatic die cracks along the bird's beak and feathers has sold for over $250 in online auctions. Combine that with a flawless surface and strong strike, and you've got a coin that could be worth hundreds in today's market. Now let's talk about the Blue Ridge Parkway quarter, representing North Carolina. This 2015 coin has been found with several remarkable errors, including off-center strikes, strike-through errors, and multiple instances of doubling on the tunnel entrance and tree line. Some error coins from this series have been graded by PCGS and NGC at MS66 and MS67 levels, selling for up to $700 or more. That's right. One small coin found in change could be worth more than a brand new smartphone. Moving on to the Bombay Hook quarter from Delaware. While this coin is known for its beautiful design featuring herons in a natural marsh setting, it's also become popular among error collectors. Some examples feature extra metal blobs on the birds or in the sky, which are die chips. There are even known double dies on the reverse in the bird's wing and eye. Depending on how dramatic the error is and how well preserved the coin remains, Bombay Hook errors have sold for $100 to $300 and more. And finally, we arrive at the 2015 Saratoga quarter, commemorating the historic surrender at Saratoga during the American Revolution. This coin features the hands of two figures exchanging a sword, and on certain examples, collectors have found double dies in the sword handle, as well as die breaks and rim cuds. Saratoga quarters in high grades with dramatic doubling or large cuds have brought in up to $400 in auctions and private sales. So, what's the current market value of these coins today? Let's break it down. A standard circulated 2015 quarter from any of the 5 designs is typically worth its face value, 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially mint state grades of MS65 to MS67, can range in value from $10 to $100 depending on the design and population. Now, for error coins, rare die varieties, and certified mint state coins, values can jump dramatically. Homestead quarter with strong doubling. Up to $500 Kisatchie quarter with dramatic die cracks. Up to $300 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter in MS67. Over $700 Bombay Hook quarter with strong die chips. $100 to $300. Saratoga quarter with double die reverse. $200 to $400. Even more shocking, some of the top graded coins, such as an MS68 or higher, which are extremely rare, have sold for over $1,000 each at major coin auctions. The bottom line is this: not all 2015 P quarters are created equal. While they may all look the same at first glance, the differences lie in the tiny details, doubling, cracks, chips, and overall strike quality. It's these little features that transform an ordinary coin into a small fortune. So before you toss your change into a jar or spend it at the store, take a close look at your 2015 quarters. You could be holding a coin worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Check the windows, the trees, the feathers, and the rims. Get yourself a good magnifying glass or loupe, and start treasure hunting today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more deep dives into rare and valuable coins, give us a like, leave a comment below, and tell us what coins you want us to cover next. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your fellow collectors. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and good luck finding that next big treasure in your pocket change. Today we're diving into the exciting world of 2018 quarter-dollar coins. These modern quarters might look ordinary at first glance, but some of them are worth big money, and a few ultra-rare examples have fetched incredible prices in the current market. So whether you've got a pocket full of change or a coin collection hiding in a drawer, you'll want to stick around for this one. Let's explore the history, varieties, and the most valuable 2018 quarters you need to look for. The year 2018 was a big one for U.S. quarters, especially thanks to the ongoing America the Beautiful Quarters program. This series began in 2010 and ran through 2021, honoring national parks and sites from every state and territory. In 2018, 5 beautiful designs were released, each representing a different state or territory. These are the Pictured Rocks quarter from Michigan, the Apostle Islands quarter from Wisconsin, the Voyageurs National Park quarter from Minnesota, the Cumberland Island quarter from Georgia, and the Block Island quarter from Rhode Island. Now here's where things get interesting. These quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But not all of them are created equal. Some of these coins, especially from the San Francisco Mint, were struck in limited numbers and never released into circulation. Others have rare mint errors or special finishes that make them extremely valuable. Let's start with the 2018 S-Proof quarters. These were struck in San Francisco and sold directly to collectors. While most of these are only worth a few dollars each in standard proof condition, deep cameo versions in perfect PR70 condition can sell for $15 to $30, depending on the design. But it gets better. The 2018 S-Silver Proof quarters, made from 90% silver, can be worth even more, especially in sealed sets or with a perfect PR70 grade. Some collectors are paying up to $50 or more for individual silver quarters in flawless condition. Now let's talk about the real gems, error coins. Error quarters from 2018 can be incredibly valuable, and these include double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and struck-through errors. For example, a 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter with a dramatic die break recently sold for over $200 on the secondary market. Another collector snagged a 2018 Voyageurs quarter with a major off-center error $4.350. One of the most sought-after types is the double die obverse, where elements like the date or the word Liberty appear to have been stamped twice. While no major double dies have been confirmed for every 2018 design, collectors are actively hunting and paying top dollar for any unusual variations. If you find a strong double die with good eye appeal, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. The 2018 quarters with the W mint mark from West Point are also worth noting. Although West Point quarters officially began in 2019, many collectors searched 2018 coins just in case a rare experimental W coin slipped through, especially since the mint has occasionally tested production methods at West Point in earlier years. If you were ever to find a 2018 quarter with a W mint mark, it could be a one-of-a-kind discovery worth thousands, and let's not forget graded coins. A standard 2018 D or 2018 P quarter might be worth just face value in circulated condition, but coins graded MS67 or higher can bring serious money. In fact, a 2018 P Cumberland Island quarter graded MS68 by PCGS sold for over $500 at auction. That's right, a modern quarter sold for $500 simply because of its pristine condition and rarity in that grade. Another hot market segment is first day of issue and special strike coins, which are certified by major grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Collectors love labels with special designations, and some of these coins are selling for $100 to $250 depending on the design, grade, and label appeal. So what does all this mean for you? It means you should check every 2018 quarter in your collection. Look at the mint mark. Examine the coin closely for errors. If it looks unusually shiny or perfect, it might be worth getting graded. And if it's a proof or silver coin from a special set, don't spend it. Store it safely and research recent sales. To summarize, here are the most valuable types of 2018 quarters. Number 1, silver-proof quarters, especially in PR70 condition. Number 2, rare mint errors, including off-center strikes, double dies, and struck-through coins. Number 3, high-grade business strikes in MS67 or higher, especially low-population varieties. Number 4, quarters with first day of issue or special labels from grading companies. And number 5, any 2018 quarter with an unusual or unknown mint mark. These could be experimental issues or once-in-a-lifetime finds. The bottom line is this: 2018 quarters are not just pocket change. In the right condition or with the right error, they can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. The current coin market is strong, and collectors are always looking for the next rare find. Don't overlook your loose change. What looks like just another quarter could actually be a jackpot. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2018 quarter dollar coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more valuable coin content. We've got more incredible coin stories coming your way, rare pennies, high dollar nickels, and million-dollar errors you won't believe. Until next time, keep collecting and keep checking your change. You never know what treasure you might find. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising modern coins that's turning heads in the numismatic world, the 2021 Washington quarter dollar. It might be recent, but some of these coins are already worth a lot of money. If you have any 2021 quarters in your change jar, purse, or pocket, stay tuned, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's go back for a moment to understand why the 2021 quarter is so special. In 2021, the United States Mint introduced a brand new design as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program wrap-up. This coin marked a transitional year. On the obverse, we still see the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. But the reverse? That's where things changed. The 2021 quarter featured a one-year-only design, the Crossing the Delaware reverse. It shows General George Washington leading his troops across the icy Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. This bold image was created by artist Benjamin Sowards and sculpted by Michael Gaudioso. Not only does it honor American history, but it's also a key moment for collectors, since this design was only minted for a single year. But now let's talk about what you really want to know: the money. While most 2021 quarters are common and still only worth face value, a few rare varieties, errors, and high-grade examples are selling for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars on the open market. Let's start with some of the most valuable 2021 quarter errors. First up, the most talked about variety is the 2021 P Washington quarter with the major die break or CUD error. This dramatic flaw creates a raised blob or chunk of metal on the rim of the coin, usually above the word Liberty or near In God We Trust. Collectors love these kinds of errors because they're visually striking and one-of-a-kind. A 2021 P quarter with a large die break sold at auction for over $600. That's right, $600 for a single 25-cent coin. Another standout is the 2021 D quarter with a retained die chip on Washington's hat or face. These coins show signs of extra metal that appears to be growing out of the design, almost like a 3D effect. Depending on the size and location of the chip, these coins can sell from $50 up to $300 to the right buyer. Then, we have the famous off-center strike errors, where the image is noticeably misaligned due to the coin not being correctly positioned in the minting press. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A 2021 Washington quarter with a 15% off-center strike recently sold for nearly $400. Now let's talk about grading. The condition of your coin matters more than most people think. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, from 1 to 70. A 70 is a perfect coin with no flaws visible under magnification. Most quarters in circulation fall somewhere between grades 10 and 50. But in mint state 67 or higher, 2021 quarters can bring big money. A 2021 P quarter graded MS 67 by PCGS sold for $150. A 2021 D quarter in MS 68, one of the highest grades recorded, fetched over $1,000 in a private sale. Let's not forget the proof and silver proof versions minted at San Francisco. These coins were made specifically for collectors and struck with extra care. A 2021 S silver proof quarter, part of the annual silver proof set, is worth between $15 and $30, and high-grade examples can go for even more. If you have a perfect PR70 deep cameo version, you're looking at values upwards of $75 to $100 or more. As of the current 2025 market, error coins and high-grade 2021 quarters continue to rise in value due to growing interest in modern collectible coins. With more collectors entering the hobby and fewer perfect specimens available in circulation, demand is outpacing supply. So, what should you look for? Check every 2021 quarter you find. Look closely for any signs of doubling, die cracks, chips, off-center strikes, or unusual features. If your coin looks different than a normal one, it might be a valuable error. Also, keep an eye out for coins that still have mint luster and minimal contact marks. These may grade high and sell for a premium. And remember, while not every 2021 quarter is worth a fortune, the key is knowledge, patience, and a good magnifying glass. With the right find, your 25-cent coin could become 100, 1,000, or even more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our latest coin discoveries. And if you found a rare 2021 quarter or have questions about your collection, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your pocket change bring you treasure.